Hi, Hawk Nation. So today, as we read this poem, I want you guys to consider why Lonnie prefers free verse poetry. Remember, free verse poetry has no rhythm or rhyme to it. It is simply words on a page, thoughts written down. So as you're reading this with me, make sure you think about and consider why Lonnie prefers this type of poetry. Lamont. Lamont comes in mad on Wednesday. Miss Marcus makes believe she doesn't see him sitting over there with his arms folded, his face all scrunched up, staring out the window, his back the only thing facing front. "Let's take out our poetry notebooks," Miss Marcus says. "I want to work on haiku again today." "I don't like forms. I like free verse when you can write anything you want, any way you want." But Miss Marcus says, "There's a time for form and a time for free verse," which I think is stupid. Very teacher thing to say. "I ain't writing no poetry," Lamont says. "No black guys be writing poetry anyway. I already have my poetry notebook open, but I close it real fast." "What about Richard Wright?" Miss Marcus says. "And Langston Hughes?" Angel says, "I know Richard Wright. He lives on my block. His mom's name Mrs. Wright." "I know Langston Hughes, too," Angel says. I see a little smile on Lamont's face, but he's still sitting turned away from the whole class. "Both of them died a long time ago," Miss Marcus says, but she's kind of smiling, too. "How's he going to be dead and still alive on my block?" Angel wants to know. He gives Miss Marcus a look like she's lost her mind. "Pablo died," Angel says. "He got shot by somebody last year, but not Richard." Richard Wright was right there playing basketball last Saturday. He could slam dunk, but the rim's bent, so it don't really count. Richard Wright, the poet, Miss Marcus says, wrote haiku. Langston Hughes, the poet, wrote all kinds of poetry. Richard Wright also wrote novels. "Whole books?" I ask. "I didn't know poets could write whole stories." "Whole books," Miss Marcus says. Lamont doesn't say anything, but I see his head turning front a little bit. "He make a lot of money?" Angel wants to know. Miss Marcus picks up a book off her desk. "He wrote because he loved writing," she said. "That's what matters. Not if you broke," Angel says. The whole class laughs, even Lamont. But he looks over where Eric's empty chair is, and then he stops laughing real fast. "Don't you think poor people aren't happy?" "Do you think poor people aren't happy?" Miss Marcus says. Angel shrugs. "I don't know. Don't know any poor people. But when you see those pictures on TV of those kids they want you to send money to, they don't look happy to me. They just look hungry and sad." Miss Marcus doesn't say anything. She looks stuck. Real stuck. And I feel kind of sorry for her. "Let's take out our poetry notebooks," she says again. Everybody but Lamont takes out their notebooks and just sort of stares down at them. Miss Marcus sits down at her desk. She lets out a deep breath, pushes her hair away from her face, looks out at all 32 of us, shakes her head, and for a long, long time just stares down at her hands. "Hip-hop rules the world. Hip-hop rules the world," Lamont said, grinning like somebody had told him he'd just won the lotto. But all it was Miss Marcus saying, "Of course rap is poetry, one of the most creative forms." So now Lamont's writing lyrics and bopping his head, and every chance he gets, saying, "Hip-hop rules the world," and it's one of the most creative forms And hey, dog, guess who else is a poet now? How many of you enjoy hip hop or rap? Write down your favorite hip hop or rap song and tell me why it's poetry. Why you feel like the words written in that song, expressed by the artist, are poetry in how we can relate to it as the words written on the page. I'm not talking about the beat. I'm talking about the words on the page. What they express, how they make you feel, what connection you have to that hip hop or rap song.